If you think that we are ready for what is to come, I don't think any OG, I don't think any new retail guy, I don't think the new person that's watching this channel for the first time ever is really ready for what's coming next. I'm gonna tell you guys that this alt market is going to be far bigger and far greater than you've ever anticipated. Now, a couple questions you guys have is, where has Coach been? Well, I've been working with projects such as Gunzilla, projects such as Super Oracles, and helping promote and bring value to this industry. And in doing that, it took away a lot of my time. Now I'm back and I'm gonna commit myself to you guys. Why? Because that is where I started and that is where my roots are. And I miss doing these types of videos. You can expect a few things from me. One live feed at least every week and 2 to 3 videos as well. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get back to the root of things. Many of you who are watching this know a lot about crypto and you've been here with me for a long time. But we're gonna attract a lot of new people as well. And I'm gonna teach you guys some strategies like, how do you trade on Bybit Futures Combo Bot so that you can basically create your own baskets? Or how do you use mine? And looking at things like, how do you even open a long, open a short, open a trade, close a trade? How do you think about a trade, the mindset, and all the things that you actually need to know? And I'm gonna be focusing a lot on how to bring you value so that you get a lot out of watching this channel. So now let's get back into what we do. I'm gonna first start off, where is the market from where we were talking about it last to now and where we're gonna go forward. All right, so last when we were speaking, and if you've been following me on Twitter, and if you don't do that, definitely go to @coachkcrypto and follow, because I do share a ton of alpha for free, and I never will ever charge you guys anything. That is my motto, and that is how I operate. Now we're looking at Bitcoin, and we're seeing, where did it go? Well, as many of you know, and many of you don't know, I called Bitcoin's bottom at 16,500. And if we look on my chart, you can actually see the truth in that, because one thing about charts is they do not lie. And right down here was the 3 inside up from the bottom. Now we've gone on a long journey, and I mean, there's a lot of lines on here because there's different levels of support and resistance, and that's basically how you trade. That's how I knew to long here and short here from the 3 inside downs. So these are great tools that I'm going to teach you more about. But if you're new here, that's great. And if you're someone who's old here, it's a great refresher. Now, where did I start seeing bullishness? And I did draw this on a few different charts, this level. We drew it on this one and we drew it on the CME, this megaphone that happened. And I then noticed this right around September, like a September, middle September, beginning of September, that we had a real left shoulder, right shoulder, head and shoulders pattern that basically presented itself to us. So what I saw is we had an inverted head and shoulders pattern. And what that basically means is that we're seeing a macro trend reversal. And this huge dump on that Sunday was pretty much the best indicator that we were likely going to get reset, draw out all that liquidity, wreck all these people who were long, and basically get ready to make the next move up. Now, I talked about this level, right? What I said is between the dates of September 29th and October 20th, the bull market would actually start. And everyone said, well, how the hell do you know that? Well, technically, I was right when I said the right shoulder is where we should be entering. But why did I look at that level? Well, that was generally the time where we see that build up before we pop. But let's focus on what's really important right now. What's happening next? Where are we going? So we saw that head and shoulders pattern, which is an inverted head and shoulders, which gives us a very clean macro trend reversal. And then I thought that we would definitely break up at least to 67, potentially higher. We went all the way from 53,000 to basically double that. Just under double that, right? Up to 100K. And now we're kind of consolidating here. So there's a couple things that you have to think about. Right here, a Kijin, our Kijin is our 50% retrace level. When the market gets far away from it, we are getting more and more overbought. And you can actually see that in the RSI down here, that we get more and more overbought. It gets further and further away from the Kijin. And when we get very, very far away from the Kijin, then we have to be a little bit more cautious. And we also then saw that there was a CME gap. So if I can show you that right here, around 78, 79,000, we have this gap here. And what happens is normally gaps fill. And so if we're looking at what is a potential area, if you're not in Bitcoin yet, to start looking to buy in, that would be the level. And you might say, well, coach, but what happens if we break out of 100K? If we break out of 100K, then when we retest, we break above, like right here, if we broke above like this and retested, you would buy that 100K level because it would likely go higher. But what could very likely happen, just because of how far we are and the Kijun is flat, when it's flat, it pulls like a magnet down. So we could see that it come up and then start to drop back down and fill that gap. So that's possible, but less likely as we get closer and closer to Christmas, because December usually is a crazy pump into January. So we're looking at that as our levels for Bitcoin. So when we look at Bitcoin, it looks really good. Now people said, but what about ETH, coach? ETH has looked so bad. Well, it did look pretty bad, but what we're seeing is we're likely going right now on a path to 3,922, 3,900, let's say, and potentially go up almost to 4,000. Now, what happens at that level? Well, our all-time high is painted on the chart up here, around $4,800. So we need to kind of break above, retest, and continue on forward, or it's likely that ETH will come back, retest lower, and then go further. And again, as you see, the Kijun is quite far, all the way at $3,000. It would have to start moving up with the price and not flatten out for us to feel a little bit more comfortable that it's going to keep going. Now, ETH hasn't really moved very much, so we know that we have a really good opportunity here. Now we look at Bitcoin dominance. This is a very, very key piece because everyone was saying we're going to 63. You know, a friend of mine, Miles Dusher, Ran, everyone was talking about us going to higher Bitcoin dominance. My personal perspective is looking back at prior cycles. And where were the levels that we likely broke down when alt season started last time? Well, it's very clear to me that alt season is right about to start once we break below 57.77. That was not by choice, by the way. That was the level. But when we break below 777, think about it as us hitting the jackpot. And our alts are going to absolutely effing explode. And you have the opportunity of a lifetime because alts still have barely even moved. That's why I'm saying at the start of the video that the world of crypto is not ready for what is to come. We look at my total market cap as a great example. So I talked about this as well. Our total market cap also had an inverted head and shoulders pattern right here. And there you see, I talked about how in this level, likely we're going to see a beam me up Scotty. So it's going to pull the market up. We've literally done that within 3 to 4 weeks. And we're basically sitting at an all-time high. Not basically, we are at an all-time high for total market cap. So where does total market cap normally go? Well, it's simple as this. Total market cap usually triples in a cycle. So if we're going to triple from 3 trillion, let's say, to 9 trillion, that's kind of where my levels are. So we're going to go anywhere between 7 and 9 trillion dollars. Now let me put this in perspective for you. If you thought your bags pumped, let's say that again. If you thought your bags pumped already, you have absolutely no idea and you can't fathom what's about to come. Because if we go to $9 trillion from 3.25, the amount of money like $5 or $6 trillion is compared to what we have in the market now is minuscule. It's more than double. And if you see that actually happen, where do you think the majority of real money is going to go to? Yes, memes will be around and they'll have liquidity, but they're never going to have crazy liquidity. There'll be a few. There'll be the Shibs and the Doges, right? But there's not going to be every meme is going to go to billions and billions. Maybe Murad will be right, but my perspective is the people coming in the market now are making money with Bitcoin and ETH. Then they're going to look, what else can I make money with? And these people aren't people that have a few $1 million. These are people that have $1 billion, $100 billion, massive funds, massive institutions. And they're not just going to look at Bitcoin because it's going to get more and more expensive. They're going to look at ETH. They're going to look at Near. They're going to look at Algorand, HBAR, anything that's connected to institutional level stuff, even XRP. I'm not a fan. I don't hold it. But these are things that are going to see a lot of attention this cycle. And with Trump coming in on the 20th of January, things are going to absolutely massively scale up. Now, there's only one factor that most people haven't talked about that I've been friends with and that are doing YouTube videos. And it's that this war potentially could happen. Basically, Trump has, more than a month away till he gets inaugurated in office. So we could see potentially a short-term war breakout, and that could bring us down to the levels I talked about at 79 to fill that CME gap. Because we have to look for what type of black swans could happen with so much positive news and positive momentum in the markets. That gives you a really good example of where we're at right now. So you don't realize, and neither do I, the massive things that are about to come for our industry, for our bags, for our friends, for our family. Life-changing gains are coming. They are coming in a way that will literally help me, help you become the next 130 millionaires that I print this cycle, and maybe 200 or 300, because there's so much more liquidity coming to this market And if you're smart and you're not greedy and I can teach you all this mindset stuff, you will be part of the people that can say that coach helped me do it. But I'm not going to do it for you. I'm going to teach you how to do it for yourself. That's my motto. I'm not your daddy. I'm your friend. I'm someone who's going to help you, and I'm not going to ask you for anything. Well, maybe I'll ask you for one thing. So you're someone who's been watching me for a long time, didn't have money for the club NFT. You're someone who really would love access to having coach even message you in the chat group when you have questions about something, or someone else that's an alpha in my network, right? Well, we're starting up something new. Now, I've never, ever done affiliate marketing stuff in crypto. I always thought that it was bad. I always thought that it didn't make a lot of sense because I already make millions of dollars trading and I make other people's millions. But when I was away from the markets for 6 months, what I realized is that I find it extremely hard to commit so much time to making video content because I have so many other opportunities present themselves. So I figured out a way doing the affiliate side of things that would make sense for me and for you. So things that I could bring you value for without actually asking you for a cent, but by asking you to sign up to referral links. So there's something that I've been working on, and it's something that adds a lot of value to you because I'm going to give you my blueprint for crypto. And what that basically means is, how do you crypto? Now, if you're someone who's in an area like Canada and you can't trade on certain exchanges, there are different residency options that I'm connected with that would help you do that. If you're someone who wants discounted hotels you can pay in crypto, I have someone for that. If you're someone who wants to use crypto on a credit card on Apple Pay on your phone, I have solutions for that. So what I'm trying to do is build you guys the blueprint of how to crypto, whether it be an exchange platform, a DEX, travel options, whatever it is. I'm trying to give you guys those, and all you have to do is show love back by signing up to those things. Now, what are you gonna get in return? Very good question. A lot of people ask that, and it's a very valid question. So let me tell you. Okay, so a lot of people would charge you thousands upon thousands of dollars monthly for subscriptions to do this. Now, all I ask for you guys to do is go sign up to different platforms, which are going to give you the blueprint to crypto and let you basically do everything that I do, which is what you really want, because that's why you're here. So things that I'm going to be offering you guys is reduced fees. So if you're someone who trades on exchange, you sign up, usually you have to pay a lot, but I get a commission. And what I can do is spread that back to you so your fees are actually cheaper. That can be on sexes or dexes that I work with, that I'm partnered with. But most importantly, things on Bybit, like their futures trading combo bot, I can teach you how to do the exact settings that I'm doing that are printing me thousands of dollars every single month by just letting them run. It's that simple. So I'll teach you about how to do your own baskets, as well as how to copy the same ones that I'm using right now. We're also going to offer my trading courses that I've done for absolutely free. All you're gonna have to do is just sign up to these links, and there'll be a link down below. So all you do is go to the link below, click on the Google form, sign up to the things that you'd like to do, and then our team will review and then add you to our new community, which is going to be a free community with all the stuff that I do for you without having to spend a single penny. All you do is show love and sign up through the affiliate links, and you will get everything that I'm doing, from my trades to my meme calls to the people that I work with that are people that are in my community. You get access to everything, including things like crypto credit cards, hotels, even Palau IDs, right? So things that will really help you be set up for the rest of this bull market, because you need to get started now. The bull market is here. The bull market for alts is coming, or it's already here, and things are about to get really exciting. Not only that, we're also going to give you not only my trade setups, but we have connections to different platforms that offer sports betting. We're going to offer you guys those for free as well. Trade setups, education, everything else that and in between costs you nothing. It costs you very little bit of time, and you will have the blueprint of how do I spend crypto? How do I travel with crypto? How do I trade crypto? How do I long and short crypto? How do I do anything with crypto? And then on top of that, you have access to me and my team. What that means is you'll never feel like your dick in your hand and you don't know what's going to happen next. You'll have someone who can actually help you, guide you along the way, and teach you to be the next alpha, because that's what I've been doing since I started in crypto 11 years ago. And I've been super successful doing it for other people, and I want to do it for you. So go to that link below, click on that, be part of our community, and it's going to be an epic cycle. Love you guys.